Mr. Eduardo is the Commissioner of the Non-Resident Indian Affairs for the Government of Goa. He was a Union Cabinet Minister at the Indian Federal Government in New Delhi from 1986 to 1996. Earlier, he was a member of the Legislative Assembly of Goa for a short while before shifting to national level politics. He was a member of the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament. He has been a minister in the Federal Cabinet in the Ministries of External Affairs, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Ocean Development, Electronics and Parliamentary Affairs. Mr. Falero is widely known for his international perspectives and links with politicians across the globe. It is with great pleasure that I invite you, sir, to address the gathering.
Eminent dignitaries on the dais, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I say of my great sense of pleasure and privilege of being here at the release of this book on late Aquino Bragança. Aquino Bragança is a hero and an inspiration for us Goans, and we are very proud of him. Goa is a small state, but compared to the size of our land, we have produced quite a galaxy of stalwarts that have contributed to the welfare and progress not just of Goa, not just of India, but of many parts of the world where they settled. So we are this year on the golden jubilee of our liberation. I must particularly express my great appreciation for what you have said, Consul General, because this is really the spirit. Well, let bygones be bygones. Let us recognize that something was wrong there in the colonial system, not just here in the Portuguese, but globally, not just with the West, but globally. Power really leads one to oppress those who are weaker, and it happened yesterday to the West. It's happening even today to the West, really. It may happen tomorrow in this part of the world, and therefore, you Consul General, I greatly appreciate what you have said. Truth and reconciliation. That is the spirit. Now, Goa is a small state. This year, we are celebrating the golden jubilee of our liberation. And my office, the Department of NRI Affairs, will have a conference to highlight the role played by the Goan diaspora in the liberation of Goa and also in the anti-colonial struggles across the world. As you know, during those times, Consul General, you spoke about which were difficult. They were difficult there, they were difficult here. And there was no freedom of expression here, and the political movements were impossible to be held here. So our entire political activity, including the father of Goan nationalism, Tristão Bragança da Cunha, and all the other stalwarts, Pushottam Kakurka, and sorry I can't mention all these great people with different shades of opinion, all committed to the liberation of Goa. They had to function from Mumbai, from other parts of India. They couldn't function from here. So they were part of the diaspora in a manner of speaking. And it was not just the contribution of Goans outside Goa to the freedom of Goa, it was the contribution of Goans abroad to the freedom of the countries where they lived. People like Aquino Bragança and so many other stalwarts. Just to speak about Mozambique, you mentioned, Sylvia, about Oscar Monteiro, who was here, and many other Goans were involved in the freedom movement of Mozambique. Many Goans were involved in the freedom movement of other countries of Africa, like Kenya. We'll recall Pio da Gama Pinto. We'll invite Fitz de Souza, who fortunately is strong and hearty at this stage, and I hope he will come and address us at our conference on the liberation of Goa. And what are the tasks ahead? What are the tasks ahead? You mentioned this controversy about the language. That's a task that we have to deal with so that really our identity is reasserted. We have to deal with it with a lot of finesse. It's a very complex issue. Now, Aquino Bragança left Goa at the age of about 28, as has been mentioned here. He studied at the Lyceum here in Goa. He went to Darwa to study engineering. He went to Mozambique at the age of 28 or so. He found it not very comfortable, the place to be there, because of the political situation at that point of time. He went to Lisbon. He stayed at the Casa do Estudante do Império, and the house of the students of the empire, where the students who used to go to the university in Lisbon would usually often stay. I didn't stay, but I had a lot of friends there. And that is where he stayed. He moved on to France, to Grenoble, to Paris. He spent some time in Morocco, in Algeria, quite some time in Algeria. And he made friends with Ben Bella, who was a legendary figure who motivated young people like me in my teens. And Ben Barka from Morocco, Nelson Mandela, great Nelson Mandela, met them all. He, along with our late George Vaz, the leader of the CPI, participated in the conference of the nationalists, ou conferência das organizações nacionalistas das colônias portuguesas, CONP.